Hi guys, it's Elisa at Moat Cottage. Today I'm going to show you one of the ways I preserve my tomatoes so that I can have tomatoes all year around, and that is by making bruschetta topping. If you have electricity and room in your freezer, this is a great way to preserve your small batches of tomatoes. This recipe is not only great for bruschetta topping, it's also good for using in casseroles and soups. And because I have a small garden and not all my tomatoes come in at once, I can't can everything. So this is a good way when you've got small batches of tomatoes to preserve them for the other part of the year. To make the bruschetta topping, I remove the stems, wash the tomatoes, and then I dice the tomatoes into quarters. If they're bigger tomatoes, obviously I just dice them up completely. I rinse the basil and I put it on a tea towel to drain any extra moisture out. Then I put the tomatoes into containers for the freezer in portion sizes that I would actually use the bruschetta topping in. Now I'm soaking up the seeds that are on the chopping board. I'm not going to waste them, so I'm using some paper towel, and see all those beautiful seeds? I will let this dry out, and then I can sow these seeds out next spring. Add in your fresh basil. I like to break it up a little bit and add as much as you like in your bruschetta topping. And then I add in garlic. So I've minced up this garlic with a little bit of oil, and I just add that in on top and give it a mix in. I'll leave the recipe in the description for you below, and remember, you can always switch it up to suit your needs. Always label and date your containers before you put them in the freezer so you know what they are and when you put them in there. I'll move my seeds and the paper towel onto a tea towel to help draw some of that moisture out, and I'll leave them there for a few days so that they can completely dry out, and then when they're completely dried out, I will put them in envelopes marked with the date and of course the variety of the tomato. I find the bruschetta topping lasts quite well for 12 months, and the less gap you have, so the less air gap you have in the containers, the less freezer burn that it gets. The paper towel has dried really well with the seeds on it, and now it's ready for me to put away. I always try and save the seeds from my best plants each year, if room permits, in the vegetable garden. And this variety of cherry tomato was TOMATO, and it grew over 7 foot tall and bushed out and was just abundant with fruit. So I definitely want to try and grow that in the spring. And hopefully with all these seeds, I should be in luck. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.